Good day, everyone, and welcome. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Please be aware of risk in the future trading. All our videos are for educational purpose only. You're very welcome to follow any of our automated signal as long as you are on a sim. We're not responsible for your trade, and we're not your financial advisor. Whatever you do in here is all at your own risk, and we strongly recommend to get educated before you start using your own money. Um, Most of the charts, normally we start at 10 o'clock and we're going to start at 10 o'clock. But most of the charts, the ES, we will cover very soon at 10 o'clock in 10 minutes. Normally we start. They hit on the first trade and they were done. They were hit. I mean, all my ES, they are done within the first shot. And we will cover that in 9 minutes or something. There is still a few trades. I mean, I'm speechless. I don't know what else I can say, but there is. Um, the market is moving very well. I thought today we're not gonna get action in the market, and actually it's the opposite. And we will uh, we will we will start to analyze this market uh, at 10 o'clock, guys. Have a good time. In the meantime, I'll kill the microphone and then we will proceed at 10 o'clock. Thank you. Okay, good day and welcome. Now it's 10 o'clock. We had the range ES took the trade earlier, but yesterday we missed because I started late. We missed on the Nasdaq and this one here. I'm gonna get it out of the way. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna close on one. Okay, it's going around. So I'm gonna close it and let it take another trade. Um, Yesterday we missed the same thing on the Nasdaq because I started late. And if we look at the ES on the minutes, uh, I missed today. You cannot predict sometimes when the market is gonna start. So if we take an example on the ES, I missed because the trend started before 9 o'clock and I started at 9 o'clock. So no trade was taken into the short on the minutes, none of them. And but now when the market turns around, of course, we're gonna get filled and then we can monitor the ES. But the range took immediately, the range chart on the ES took immediate trade, and they were done in seconds. I mean, seconds, not even minute. So what we did on the 12 range, took that trade, and you can see where I started. I started around 9:30, took that trade, and it was a 2600. And then on the 3 range, boom, boom. I mean, they were. I mean, within seconds we were done on 2500. On the 4 range, immediately took the first shot, the second shot, and it was done. We started at 9:30. By 9:37, 7 minutes, we were done with the trades. Hit the daily target. On the 11 range, the same story. We started at 9:30, took one trade, and it was done 2,500. So this is what happened. But of course, if we want to analyze what's going on in the market, again, guys, again, I mean, the market is really, this is where your chances is when the market trending. And the market, if we notice, this is very, very dangerous. Be careful. As we said about those institutional numbers, usually between 11 and 12 on Friday, they are a bit early. People want to finish early. Also, we do. Even the support on Friday, they don't want to stay till 4 o'clock. So they it's in a way, it's a half a day on a Friday for most of the traders. It's not a full day working in a way. Don't hang me on it. So if we notice the target one institutional number, and this is maybe you think is it just a name, but it's not just a name. It is your whole day is based on those institutional numbers. So the institutional number hit the first one when it was the market here, profit taken, hit target 2, profit taken, and we are hitting target 3, profit taken, and it's final. So what we are looking at right now, the way this market moving, it is we are hitting target 3. Target 3 is in a way dead in for this short trade. And if we look at this chart on the Nasdaq or on in any on any other ones, those yellow lines here they are once this market hit between those two lines, that means the market is over to the short side. You cannot take any more trade to the short side. When the other ones, the amateur traders, are trying to take an ATR trade here short, we are looking for reversal. So if we notice here on the ES the way it is going, and then stop, if we it does not need a genius guy to see the market is trending very well this morning, and then if you notice the market is stopped right there. So this is the end of the line for the short trade. Maybe it will go a couple bars down or a couple bars up, but technically, when you are when this ES is finished technically, you don't need to stay on a YM. You don't need to stay on a YM, neither on the Russell. If we notice, or any other, so the market right now is coming back to confirm the 4085. We're not out of the way. For short, it is a pullback re-entry. However, if this market going above that area here, this means you need to close all your short trades. Even if you are auto trading, it doesn't matter. If this market managed to stay below that number here, this means you have a good potential for a small trade. It's not swing trading. It is an entry in here, exit somewhere around 40.59. If this market start crossing this number and start closing above this number, the bar, this means we are officially, the short trades are over, and now also you can direct your auto trade to the long trade. Why it is so important? If you go back to this video here, you can see the Russell had $7,000 in the profit. Now you're cutting. I want to show it. I'm not a Russell trader. I have not traded Russell in a long time. But if you notice, your maximized profit was $7,000. By not initiate anything on it, you just lost. So what we are looking at the Russell here, there is $4,000, but in the reality, you lost $3,000 out of the window because you didn't pay attention. And the same story on the YM. Now you are 2,500, but I don't recall the number, but you were way above the 3,000. So if we notice here, the performance on your chart is not the chart and the auto trade. The performance on your auto trade, it is you. Understand what's going on in the market. Two traders auto trading that chart on the Russell. One will exit at 7,000, one will exit at 4,000, and one guy is sitting on a kitchen table looking at the sky for the dollar to drop on his head, and probably he will end up with 1,000. So it is not the auto trade, folks. It is the guy is behind the auto trade, steering that auto trade. At the end of the day, we need to understand the auto trade can do their jobs. There is 15 auto trades in your package. We're not short of auto trades. We use the most advanced. We use the most advanced systems. We use the most algorithm systems. We're always updating. We have over 20 updates a year to our members. It's not that. And that costs the update tons of money every time. It's not that. It is, we do our job, and your job is, even if you are working in an office or you're working somewhere, you gotta keep your eye on the blue chart to understand where you are in the market and how you can maximize your profit. Why is so important to maximize our profit? Because trading is not just a honeymooning. Trading is, you're gonna have a good day and a bad day. You're gonna have a good week. You're gonna have a bad week. You're gonna have a good month. You're gonna have a bad month. You're gonna have a bad year, and you're gonna have a good year. So what we need to do, we need to maximize our profit for the days we're not making money. Most of the traders, they have this equation. I have 2,000, and then I want them to have 4,000 tomorrow. A day after, the 4,000 has to make 8,000, and all this fairy tale dreams. That is not working. That is not working because he's not counting the losing days. He's just counting every day, double up his money. So there is no one on this earth, not on Ninja Trader, not on any system, not on any institutional, not on any company that can double their $10 million to $20 million tomorrow, and the 20 millions to 40 million, and the 40 million to 80 million. Does not exist. So you have some days you will be making money, and you have some days you will be losing money. The consistency is to have enough bread. What I have found out after 27 years dealing with the market, you don't go on a daily target. That's what I have come out with. I share with you what I really like. I come out, I don't have a daily target, I have a weekly target. And I don't have this luxury to sit down, get in a suntan behind the screens day and night. And I have such a short time before the telephones, the emails start going berserk. So the luxury I have on the first 2 hours, very early in the morning, the DAX. And the DAX is fast. If you don't know what you're doing, can bite. Because there is no way on the DAX you can sit down and think. You have to act immediately. If you don't act immediately on the DAX, can bite you, can make you suffer the whole week. So when we are trading in ES, or when we are trading in NASDAQ, or we are trading one chart ES and one chart whatever, doing this week, you're going to have some good days and bad days. Doing this week, the market will be trending, and this is where you need to take advantage, the max out of it. And then you come in on the second day, because normally, when the market moves a lot, the first day, the second day, the third day is a profit taking, chop, flat, and it's a disaster. It cannot be the market moving for you the whole week. It cannot, will not. So when you set up as a budget on a weekly, not on a daily, and don't listen to those, every day I need to make 20% and 30% and this, and then I can turn my $2,000 to $1 million, and then, I will leave my girlfriend and now get me a hot banana girlfriend and, with a cruise. Before we start daydreaming, what you do, let's say, if you have 100 takes on a weekly profit, not the money. Let's say I wanted to get 100 takes on an ES, or I want to get 300 or 400 takes on the NASDAQ weekly. When you play your cards right, you come in on Monday. Maybe this 100 ticks you want to make, let's say, on the CL, a week. Maybe on Monday, this market is trending. We unleash the auto trade to start auto trading. And when the market is moving, you start. It's easy to make the 100 tick on the CL if the market is moving. You can do it within minutes. And if the market is not moving, you can lose money. So what you need to do, you need to, let's say on Monday you got 30 ticks, 40 ticks. On Tuesday you got 30 ticks, 40 ticks. Now you're shining away 20 ticks. Wednesday is a bit choppy on the CL, depends on the news. By Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you should get those, or sometimes you can get those 100 ticks on Monday. Or maybe you can get those 100 ticks of profit if you have a bad day on Monday. Maybe the market is moving on Tuesday. And then what you do, you cover your losses from Monday, and now you have 100 ticks in the profit. The thing is, once you achieve your ticks in an early of the week, now we become like a sniper in the market, and we will wait to certain condition before we unleash the auto trade. If we see the market is moving, we can unleash this auto trade to start taking a trade. If we come in at 9 o'clock, 9:30, we start Ninja Trader, we don't like the way this market moving, or if we look at this chart, we can see like here, the market is going back and forth. There is no way I will turn on my auto trade. During those last 15, 16 years dealing with the public, we have trained thousands of people, thousands. And it's like you're sitting in a class, you are a teacher, you're gonna have a student get A+, you're gonna have a student get B. It's the same teacher, the same class, the same location, and you will have a student get A, you have a student will get B, you have a student will get C, and then you have a few will get a banana at the end. You know, they're not there. They're not in the class. So what I'm saying is not every person get into a class or go to university is going to get an A+. Some that will not, some that will. The biggest mistake those traders done, whether they are from our members or somebody else members, they are constantly on Ninja Trader for 8 hours. Constantly, you can log into their computer anytime during this week or next week. You see the auto trades are running. All of them running, non-stop, from the morning he get up till the minute he goes to sleep. The auto trades on a run. This is going in the circle. He's not an effective trader, because you should not be sitting on a gambling table. You don't go to casino and you sit 8 hours a day on playing blackjack. Not unless if you are very, very rich or something, but if you cannot do that. That's why when you go to casino and you hit something and you find it's good, you run. Because if you're going to stay in the casino, I was reading an article a few months ago. The casinos make money from the guys are sitting all day long. They don't make money out of the guys are passing by. Because those guys passing by, they lose $100, they leave. Or if they got their hands full with some kind of trade, some kind of gambling, they get their money and leave. The most the casinos make money out of their customer when the customer sits in the casino all day long until he get wiped up with money. In the trading, you do not sit. I challenge everyone. Those guys are trained traders. They can go up forward and telling those traders, you cannot do that. They don't. They fail to give warning to those because they don't know what they're doing. You cannot sit down 8 hours trading and make money. And anyone think you can sit down after 27 years. I'm not able to sit down on a computer for 8 hours and banging on this market and adjust ATM money out of the market. Eventually, I'm gonna be crushed. You cannot do that. And anyone think like this is a fool, is a big fool. The smart trader is not his P&L. Whether he make 2,000 or 200 is irrelevant. The guy he makes 2,000 today, tomorrow he might lose 4,000. All this nonsense. This is going to have an impact on your life, your wife, your family, your kids, your bank account, your livelihood. The smart trader is not his P&L, how much he can make a day. The higher the number this trader make, the more disaster he is. because maybe he can make $5,000 a day and he can lose $15,000 a day. This is a disaster trader. It's not a smart trader. This is an idiot trader. The most effective trader is the guy who have weekly P&L. He set his goals to make, let's say, 100 tick on the CL, as an example. This guy, once he learned how to achieve this 100 ticks, maybe it could be done by one day, Monday, and it's done. Maybe it could be done by 2 days or 3 days. And then the rest of the week, he become a sniper. He become a guy, if he don't like what he's looking at, he's not going to turn on his dishwasher machine called Autotrade to go ahead and earn money for him. He will be picky when to start the Autotrade and when to turn off the Autotrade. The secret about auto trading, which 99.9%, every single company, whether it's from Ninja Trader to another platforms, they fail to tell the trader one secret about auto trade. It is the most important about auto trade when you need to turn on the auto trade. To not doing their job, they tell you optimize, see when is the best time to activate your auto trade. That's a bunch of hogwash. This is a bunch of rubbish, because no one, today is a Friday, no one knows where the CL is gonna spike on Monday morning. No one. We don't know on Monday, which, like me, yesterday I missed $10,000 trade on the NASDAQ, and today we missed another 5,000-6,000 on the ES because I started at 9:30. If I started today at 8 o'clock, I would have been done by 8:30. But it does not mean apply for Monday. Maybe on Monday the market will spike or will start moving at 10:30. By the time you start your auto trade at 9:30 and the market start moving at 10:30, you are in losses on your account. Maybe you cannot survive till 10:30. The secret is, before you start your wash machine in the morning, your dishwasher called auto trade, you need to look at the blue chart to see where you are. You don't go to the airport and you take the first airplane kicking out of that airport. You don't do that. You wait on your destination, the aircraft you need to jump on, and you need to go to your destination. Most of the traders, most of the disaster traders, what they do, they get up in the morning, they still in the PJ, they get their coffee, they turn on the auto trade, and they start getting disgusted without even looking at any charts. And that is a wrong thinking. So when I come in and I have accomplished my takes for this week, there is always a lot of chances when you are relaxed behind the screen and when you see an opportunity, you can auto trade or you can take a small trade. You can afford it and you know what to do. All this does not require for you to sit down 10 years and learn price action. That's a bunch of crap. No. What you need to do, just look at your instrument, pretend like you are a pilot trying to land an aircraft and you don't have any vision. Only you are relying on your instruments. So when we are looking at this 1 minute, and not a rank bar, for God's sake. Have you ever seen, do you think those institutionals are using Renko bar? Really? Do you think they are making decision on Renko bar? We do have Renko bar. You want Renko bar? I never show Renko bar. But do you want a Renko bar? I'll give you a Renko bar. Here. Because we have one customer, he keep insisting on when I use a Renko bar. But do you think those institutionals and those market movers, here, this is a Renko bar. Do you think those institutional They make a decision on rank bar. Don't you want to know what those institutional people are doing when you're trading? Don't you want to know where you are in the market? Before you make a decision, you want to jump into this pile of mud or not? Don't you want to know where you are on the ES before you start your dishwasher machine called Autotrade? I mean, if seriously, I mean, honestly, so when we are looking at this chart here, the 1 minute, if we looking at it every day for 5 minutes before we make decision, if we keep our eye, we say, okay, the ES is here, and maybe there is a resistance here, and maybe I will start auto trading when the market go above this line. I will see what happened from here to here, because this is not good. Now we cross this resistance, and we're coming to resistance here, and the resistance here become a support. There is a good possibility, if we look at this momentum here, the pressure in the market, the momentum, if you notice here, from 1 minute to 5 minutes is in the green, but the higher time frame is in red, indicating the market is mixed. So when the market is mixed and you turn on your dishwasher machine, you're going to lose money. I don't care where this auto trade coming from. So the consistency is not by sitting miserably on the weekend trying to optimize, because that's what they told you. They told you to go ahead optimize to get rid of you, because they don't have a brain enough to teach you price action or to open your eyes what's going on. They want you to pay, teach you how to optimize, and kick your hiney out, and you're done. But in the reality, auto trading is like you're giving you an airplane and telling you to fly, and you're not a pilot. You're gonna crash. So the things is, all those stories we hear that if we make 5%, we can make 1 million. If I make 1,000 a day, then by the end of the year, boy, I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of my ugly kids now, and I'm gonna go ahead adopt a new beautiful children. No, it's not gonna happen. You know, if you're gonna auto trade and you're gonna go ahead and close your eyes, you better go ahead and buy food on your refrigerator, because you're gonna be out of money as a matter of time. It's the opposite what those guys are telling you. And I don't care whether somebody like me or not, dislike me or criticize me, but that is reality. And I'm giving 100% honesty in here for those daydreamers. Thinking is an ATM machine and they don't have to do anything. No, this is wrong message. So maybe at the first day when you come in, and it is this chart in here for free, you can see it on the YouTube. Maybe the first day what you see here is a bunch of rubbish. The second day, your eyes start getting used to it. The third day, the fourth day. And then they all start making sense what's going on in here. Once we know what's going on in here, we know auto trade has become piece of cake. A lot of debate for many years about auto trading, do they work or do they not? If you go ahead and Google, does the auto trade work? And you see debate, some people say it's the most beautiful things, and most of those guys that have been around, they say they don't work. The reason they say that, it cannot be black and white in here. An auto trade by itself, without a driver, he's going to crash. If it's not today, tomorrow. If it's not tomorrow, a day after, he's going to crash. Combination of knowledge. We don't want you to learn price action, but we want you to learn how to read your instruments. Auto trading in conjunction with knowledge, the guy is driving that auto trade, that's what makes you success. That will be silver bullet, because it's not the auto trade is the driver behind the auto trade. The guy is managing the auto trade, is the key factor for consistency. Whether you are on $2,000 budget, if you are on a $2,000 account, don't expect to make $20,000 a day. If you are on $2,000, you have to start with $100 to $200 a day, maybe, or $100 to $200 a week. But you cannot make 100% every single day. Not even the best traders in the world that cannot do 100%. If you have a $20,000, you can afford more to take a little more risk. But this guy have $2,000 without knowledge, or $5,000 average for Ninja Trader customers. Those guys, if you split those $5,000 on a $500 a day, plus minus, they have 10 losing days on a $5,000, and then they will be out of the market. So the lower your money is, the more breaks you need to put on your account, and you need to get knowledge. Let me give you one thing. The more money you have, the better you are in the market. And that is not going to change. Let me give you an example. On this market analyzer is based on one contract. I have a 23 takes. All this market analyzer is based on one contract. I have a 24 takes on the ES profit from the last entry signal. I have 274 takes on the NASDAQ. I have 49 takes on the YM. Let's say we don't have money for all of it. We have money for ES, NASDAQ, and Dow Jones. When you are hedging the future, you're no longer those rules, the guy with the small money. You don't have to go by his rules because you are a total different trader. When you have money, you are hedging. Let's say we don't need to trade the DAX gold, but we want to go ahead and put the basic. When you have one contract on each one of those instruments, you're no longer looking at this one chart. What you are doing, you are looking at your total amount. The minute you hit $1,000, you flat out everything because you are hedging. So you have one trade ES, one trade NASDAQ, one trade Dow Jones, one trade Russell or CL, and you are hedging. So if the CL today, this horse broke down on you, you have the ES, NASDAQ, Dow Jones. So the more horses you have in the race, when you are hedging and you have a good system, you just manage it and you keep your eye on it to see what's going on. You're no longer have to commit to an ES or CL. What you are doing, you are looking at the bigger picture. Once you hit your $1,000 target a day, you can flat out everything. Irrelevant if the ES moved, irrelevant if the NASDAQ moved, irrelevant if the CL lost money, you're no longer on that level. You are looking at the total profit. Once you hit your 1,000, probably you want to flat out. This is one type of a trader. But when you are sitting with a low budget and you only have one trade ES and one trade or a micro account, because there is a good we have a good size of people you trade in a micro account. A micro account that's very good. That will give you an option. Let's say once you know what you're doing, you can take maybe one or two contracts ES, one or two contracts NASDAQ, and you can spread out your money on a micro account, on a few charts, and then you're no longer worry about the ES making money or the CL making money or the YM making money. And then let's say you are using a micro account and your daily target is $100 or $200. Once you see the $200 or $100 or $300, depends on what you are looking for, you shut down everything. And then what you do, if you have nothing to do, you will go ahead and train yourself more to keep looking, try to not to just sitting and wasting your time optimization and all this nonsense, but trying to look at this chart and try to predict where it's going. This is the best lesson without paying anyone to teach you how to trade. Because what you need to develop your own system. Not me. I cannot download what I have and send it to you. I cannot. So, and what you do, you sit down, you take a trade on the sim. You say, I bet you this market is coming, and I'm going to take a short here, and I'm going to close it here. You stay on the sim, it's fine. You take 3 trades a day on a sim, it's fine. The first week, the second week, the third week, you're going to be disaster manual trading. But you are on a sim, doesn't matter. But then you start breaking even. Then you start seeing a green. This is not for you to take a manual trade. This is for you, for your eyes, to adopt the market conditions. So when we are doing sim trade, manual sim trade, it does not mean we need to go ahead and do manual trading. No. But let's say if I wanted to auto trade and now I got a little knowledge with my hands, so when the auto trade taking a trade, I can predict it if this trade is going to make it, or this trade is going to be in trouble, or this trade is going to be on a high risk or a low risk. So you are a better manager to your money, and you are a better manager to your auto trade. For the last 15 years, I have not seen anyone come into this market, and now we are going to the 16 years. We never seen anyone, not my company and not anybody's company, come in, bull his way around because his mama told him he is a smart boy and he made it in the market. I have not seen anyone my whole entire life. I've never seen a donkey playing piano, and he will never play the piano. So the reality here is about money. And money, it will not fly for free. So in order for you to put your hand in somebody else's throat and get your P&L from him, you better earn. You better earn your stripes. And you better learn how you can protect your account from somebody else who's smarter than you, have better auto trade than you, has better knowledge than you. He's going to clean up your account. When you are opening your Ninja Trader in the morning, it is a war game. You're putting your account on the line against somebody you don't know, if he's sitting in Honolulu or China or Germany. And the smartest one, the more knowledgeable guy, is going to win. The one have better equipment than you, and the one has better knowledge than you, he's going to take your losing trades. You're not the only one, you remember that. You're not the only one using a dishwasher machine called Autotrade. There is millions of dishwashers running in the same time. So you're not the only one auto trading, and you're not the only brilliant guy come out, oh, I can auto trade and get rich. So that idea is not just you come out with it. It's been around for many years. So the things is, read your chart, whatever chart you have, put it on a minute. Stop this garbage called Renko Bar. All of them, including mine. Mine is no better than the others. This is not an advertisement. Renko Bar is a blindfold on your eyes. You cannot see trend. If you know the history about Renko Bar, it was created by accident by a guy a few years ago. He was an ex-hacker. He was not even a trader. And this Renko Bar has been around, I don't know. I remember when we were the first one to start using Renko Bar. And I think that was around 10, 11 years. It's just around the corner, you know. And everybody took it from him, this guy. And it was by accident. So this is where the Renko bar history come in from. And after that, everybody is selling Renko bars. Renko bar is just a blindfold on your eye. That's it. You never see in institutional market or an institutional company or any trader respect himself using a Renko bar. You will never see that, because he knows he better know he's not going to make a living. So you need to look at what those guys are moving the market, what they're looking at. I don't want to look at a loser trader. He's sitting miserably on one winning trade or one losing trade. I don't want to look at this guy. This guy does not exist. In 2 months, he will be out of his misery. He's finished, And then he can go ahead and talk about it on the net, how everybody mistreated him. But what we need to know, what those people, the market movers, are doing. In order for you to know what they are doing, you need at least open the 1 minute chart, because you are a day trader. If you really want to know what they are doing, you need to start open the charts, the 30 minutes, the 1 hour, the daily charts, because this way is much wider and you can understand the direction. That's why you see those guys with Bitcoin before New Year Eve. Everybody was saying the Bitcoin going to 100,000. Including my family that went and put a second mortgage, and I keep screaming. I said, this guy is using an indicator, MACDs, and he's telling you the Bitcoin is going to 100,000. I said, this guy is a nutcase. He's not a trader. He have 100,000 followers on a YouTube. He is a half blind with one eye, and he's leading 100,000 blind people. Everyone from my family, my customers, my friends, they went and borrowed money. They put a second mortgage to buy Bitcoin, because everybody's saying the Bitcoin is going to 100,000. Guess what? By New Year Eve, it was not 100,000. It was in the 30s. Don't get me wrong. I own Bitcoins, I own all this, but I don't day trade those. Those are locked for my children and my grandchildren. I'm not even going to bother to look at. I don't even look at the market, because you cannot day trade Bitcoin. This Bitcoin, you buy it and you give it to your children. You give them a key, and then one day they will cash in if they are. Yeah, this is a perfect idea. Or maybe one day they will be all lost, and then they throw the key in the garbage. Nobody knows what's going on in the future. But it is as a little investment, 5% of your capital. If you lose it in 10 years, it's fine. If it makes money, that's fine. You give a key to one of the children, to each kid you have. And one day, if they are a little bit behind, they can cash in. If they need to put a down payment on a house or something, maybe it's good. But for day trading, no. So Bitcoin is not for day trading. Bitcoin, it is, if you're not going to hold it minimum 5 years, don't trade it. So anything with a cryptocurrency, if you're not willing to put it to sleep for 5 years to 10 years, you're just wasting time and commission. Anyway, let's go back to our day trading. For a day trader, it is very important to find the 1 minute. If you are more advanced, you can add 5 minutes. If you are more advanced, you can add 15 minutes. This way you will generate what's going on in the market. Once we figure out how's this market situation today, you activate your auto trade. Then the auto trade become like magic to you, because they take in your emotions away. They find the perfect spot. They jump in the market and they exit on the market before you even know it. But we need to steer that trade We need to know where we are. So as an example right now on the ES, as we said, the market this morning was trending beautifully, and now this market is struggling in those areas. This area here on the ES, especially this area here, because this number is between long and short. This is, it's like you're coming with your car and there is two directions, east and west, and you have to take one. So when the ES come in here, it is between short and long, and it's gonna take a little time get adjusted which direction we're going. So once we cross this border here, and once this market start able to get out of that area here, now you are not at the risk. Now we are going long. Now we start climbing again, and this is where your auto trade starts shining in here. If you try to auto trade in here, you're gonna crash. You're gonna crash your account, because in this area here, there is no system is gonna predict for you long or short. Why? Depends on the market movers. It's all depend on many things. But in this area here, we cannot predict anything. Once this market cross and confirm that area, is an open highway to the long trade. Vice versa, if this market is in here and the market start breaking those area here, there's this heavy area right there, and it start breaking all those technical area, then this way you have a clearance for short. So as we see right now, the market is still mixed, as we said a few minutes ago. Now you are one step ahead. Look at your instruments in here. Now before it was a mixed market, as we said a few minutes ago. From 1 to 5 minutes was in green. Go back to this video. And anything in the 10 and the 15 and the 30 minutes was in red. So the market was mixed. When the market is mixed, you don't put your finger in there. You stay out. Doesn't matter who you are. If we notice here, the market now, they start getting on a full throttle long. You know it before the other guys know it. So now we know, once we cross this area here, we are on the clear to start making money again. The secret in the auto trading, when to start the auto trade. If Mike start this auto trade at 7 o'clock, Tom start at 7:30, Jim started at 8 o'clock, they will not have the same results. If Tom start at 7:30 and Jim start at 7:35, still will not have the same results. So it is the timing to start, and the only time you can find out the timing to start, to just waste 5 minutes every morning, 5 minutes, look at the chart. Just look at the chart. Don't listen to this fool telling you optimize. That guy cannot trade a paperback. That guy, he hire someone to come and talk about price action because he don't have the brain for it. Don't believe what this guy is telling you. Optimize and you will be fine. Optimize is for stop loss. It gives you an average. What is your stop loss? What is your trailing stop? Yes. Should you use 1 minute or 2 minutes and 3 minutes? Yes. Optimization is for that purpose only. Optimization is not going to tell you on Monday you're going to take a banana in the market. Optimization is not going to tell you on Monday you're going to earn $1,000. Optimization is not going to tell you next week you're going to be screwed and you're going to be losing half of your amount. Optimization is a just myth. Optimization is for adjustment, your auto trade. It's not something for you to put a blindfold on your eyes and close your eyes next week and you think you'll be fine. You're no fine if you're going to close your eyes in the market. As they say, money never go to sleep, neither do you. You know, you don't go to sleep. And this one here, I had a guy a few months ago. He want to buy an auto trade in case if he got COVID, so he can be laying in bed for 2 weeks, and the auto trade will make money. How about if I got COVID and went to sleep? And he got really insulted. I said, well, I have nothing for you, because if you got COVID and you have an auto trade running, maybe after you recover, you're going to die again because you lost all your money. So in a way, he got his feeling hurt. You can tell that guy is an illiterate about market. Or a guy calling because he want to divorce his wife. He wants an auto trade to make him money so he can leave his wife. This is a wrong reason for you to trade. You don't like your wife, move out, but you don't buy an auto trade so you can leave her and you have money in your pocket. So all those wrong purposes in the market, they think is an ATM machine and they don't have to do anything because they have a beautiful eyes. This is a wrong message. Optimization is only for adjusting your auto trade, but it's not going to tell you how to steer this auto trade for you on Monday. Anyone tell you you optimize and you're going to be rich? Buy 2 license. And before you buy your 2 license, make sure your children have food in the house because you're going to need it. Because he's full of it. There is no such magic stuff. But you are looking for magic. There is no magic in here. This is a mechanical automated trading. If you don't keep your eye open, you're going to get screwed. And you're going to lose your amount. You're going to lose your pension. And you're going to be sitting miserably on some kind of internet forum, how miserable everyone treated you. Folks, it's 10:52, and there is a few trades, but we actually done. So what we are doing, we're just waiting, and we are waiting. As you notice here, the ES, especially this message to our traders, when you get up in the morning at 9, 9:30, 7, 7:30, 10 o'clock, I don't care. If you come into this chart, especially our members, and you see the ES on 1 minute getting slapped on the resistance, and it's not going anywhere from the support, for the name of God, why you want to turn on your auto trade? Whether you start at 7:30 or 9:30 or 10:30. If you see that ES is sitting between support and resistance, and it's not doing anything, it's sitting on idle, how you want this auto trade to make money for you? How are you going to get hair out of a bull-headed man? Where your ticks going to come from? I'm auto trading. Yeah, but you're auto trading what? You're auto trading water. You're not auto trading ticks here anymore. It is sitting on idle. Where the money has to come from? My pocket? What, should we send you an email, drop you a few ticks? I don't know, airdrop you? I mean, what you want me to do if this market is sitting in here and you start your auto trade and your the market on idle? Where do you want me to get you the ticks from? From the freezer? From the dishwasher machine? Where do you want me to get you the ticks from? So anytime when you get up in the morning, when you see cases like this, why you want to activate your auto trade? Why you're looking for trouble? If I want to auto trade and I see this market in this condition, I'll go have a cup of coffee. I'll go do my little bit, waste half an hour on my yard. I'll go wash my car. I'll make a phone calls. Because there is no use to trade now. I will wait half an hour, 10 minutes, until I see this market is moving. If the market moving, I turn on my auto trade. If the market is not moving, I'm going to stay out. I'm going to stay out of trouble. So very important in the morning, look at your chart, make decision, and then from that you can — if you notice another things also, we've been screaming about it, anytime you see the ES not moving, it does not mean you're out of business. Like now, you see the ES is not moving, does not mean you're out of business. You can always look at the CL and you will find an action. So if we get up in the morning and we see the ES is not moving, look at the CL. You will find action on the CL. Always. Because those older guys, they've been around. When they don't see anything on the ES to make money, what they do? They go CL. Every time. Mark my word on it. When the ES is on idle, the CL is running. Mark my words for it. Put one chart ES, one chart CL. When the ES is not moving, you look at the CL is moving, making money. So there is always doors to make money when you have the knowledge. So when I'm looking at the ES, instead going right into the big pile of mud in here, and there is no money to be made, you look at the CL, there is plenty of money to be made. Simple as that. So we cannot go ahead and put blinders on our eyes and just say, oh, I only trade ES or I only trade NASDAQ. Bull. You cannot do that. It could be the NASDAQ is not good, could be the ES is not good, could be the CL is not good. As a trader, you come in and you have many doors option to come in and say, this one is not good, this one is good, this one I can make money with, you know. And sometimes you find the YM lately is moving better than the NASDAQ. So if I'm a NASDAQ trader and I see the YM is moving, why not take in the YM? It's actually, you can use the same chart, practically, almost. The one you use for the NASDAQ, you can use for the YM. It's the same basic, actually. So okay, we're gonna take a 5 minutes break. Thank you.